Hi everybody, my name is Larsen. In this video I want to go over a G minor Dorian lick with Odd Note Groupings that I made. You heard me play it in the beginning of this video, and I want to show you how it's constructed so that you can start making your own lines with Odd Note Groupings. The reason why you want to use Odd Note Groupings in your lines is because if you're playing in a meter like 4/4, like I'm playing here in the beginning, if you stick within the meter all the time and you never have accents that are sort of moving away and placed a little bit more in funny places on the groove, then it gets a little bit boring and it gets predictable to listen to. And if you're using the Odd Note Groupings, then you kind of add some almost like rhythmically outside ideas to it, and it makes it a little bit more, you can catch the listener a little bit more by surprise, and you can also catch the attention and hold the attention a little bit better. So it's going to make your solo sound more interesting in that way. The way I made the line is quite simple because I'm using 5-note groupings in this video, and the idea is for the lick that I played, really simple. I'm using a G minor 9 arpeggio, which works of course really well with the Dorian sound. So, and this is of course in itself already 5 notes. So I play that one and then I repeat it, but instead of just repeating it down here, I repeat it an octave higher. And then I have this tag for it, sort of ending the line and really using the 13 to get that minor 13 sound, to sound really Dorian. So the idea here is really just using a 5-note grouping and then repeating that. And you can do it sort of on a short scale level like I'm doing here, but you can also make lines that will repeat the 5-note groupings for a longer period of time. That's really easy if you're playing modal pieces. You just have to still be able to keep an idea about where the one is and not get lost in that way, which is probably the first thing that usually happens to everybody when they start experimenting with this. So if you want to make something with a 5-note grouping, the way you look at this is probably, well, find some sort of melody that has 5 notes. That's probably the easiest way to do it. So if I take a G minor 6 arpeggio like this, again, thinking in the G minor Dorian, then if I play that like this, then that's 5 notes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can repeat that idea. So that becomes... Then it's just a matter of hearing that on top of the groove. Let me just put on the backing track here. So as you can hear, it works really well if I just start repeating this pattern. So, and it starts shifting, but it gets a little bit boring because I'm playing the same thing all the time. So you probably want to add some variation, and I'm already starting to do that in the small solo that I just played. And the way I did that was that I started to move this pattern around in diatonic thirds. Because if you play something in diatonic thirds, then you're kind of staying pretty related to the chord that you're playing on, and that makes it just easier to move it around and still play something that sounds good. So that was this idea. The way this is constructed is of course really simple because I'm using a G minor 6 arpeggio and then I'm just repeating one note. So I start on the 5th and then I play the descending arpeggio. And of course you can do the same with the, if you can do it with G minor 6, you can also use the G minor 7. So and move that around. Another way that you can work with this, if you want to have 5 notes, is to think of splitting it in 2 and 3. So an easy way to get 3 notes is of course to use a triad. So if we use for a G minor sound, if we use like D minor, B flat and G minor, and then I want to have, I can add 2 notes to each of the triads, so I can do an encircling of the top note of the triad. So here I'm just using G, B flat to encircle the A. And then I have this line. And if I use that on backing track, that could sound like this. I hope you can use this to get started working with Odd Note Groupings in your own solos and make some interesting lines and construct them in the way that I talked about here. If this is the first time you see one of my videos, then subscribe to my channel. I publish a new lesson every Monday and every Thursday, and I've been doing this for quite some time, so there's already really a lot of material on my channel. If you have a question about this video or also about something else that you would like me to answer or make a video on, then you can also post a comment here on YouTube for that, and hopefully I can turn it into a video. That's about it for this time. Thank you for watching, and until next time.